Welcome to Inspired by Design, the podcast where we explore the tools, stories, and insights to help you rediscover your authentic self and navigate life with less resistance. I'm Katie Rupert, a former hustle and grind overachiever on a thrilling and messy journey. I love to share what I'm learning and help others in self-discovery using human design. So, if you're seeking a way to move forward, let me be your weekly mindset coach and share stories to inspire you to action towards your unique purpose without the force or burnout. Hello, welcome back to Inspired by Design. I'm so glad you're here joining me this week. If you have missed any of our interviews for the last few weeks, you definitely want to go back because the series we're in right now is all about a fresh approach to the new year. And if you don't already know it, January 1 is just a date. It's not, hey, you have to have your life all in order. You have to change everything in your life. In fact, right now we're in winter, so we're meant to be like chilling and reflecting and hibernating and getting lots of rest. And so if you have felt the push to make 2026 the best and you better do it now or yesterday, then this is the right episode for you, because today we have Jaimee Dixon joining us. She is an intuitive. She has an amazing company that has tea. We're going to get all into that. But let me first just introduce her. She has been drawn to powerful tools and intuitive practice that help her gently repattern her inner world. The inner shift led her back to peace, joy, and ultimately a deep sense of purpose. And today, Jaimee's mission is to help others reconnect with the wisdom they already carry and awaken the magic within them. She supports that journey through her business, Intuitive Wisdom Apothecary. Jaimee, welcome. Glad you're here.
Yay, thank you, Katie. I am excited to be here. First podcast, so thank you for the invite. I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad. And that reminds me, we have to introduce you as your human design type too. So on Inspired by Design, we look through the lens of human design, and your chart says that you are a splenic projector. We did a reading for you like late summer, and that you already kind of knew about being a projector. And you had mentioned here at the top of the episode, hey, thanks for the invite. And projectors, they are here to be the improvers, to make things efficient, take all these crazy ideas from manifesting generators like me and be like, girl, chill, let's just focus and refine things, improve them. You know, your chart, I remember noticing how much energy you still had, even though you didn't have that sacral center. And so I'm sure that throughout the years you've been pushed to do more, but it seems like you've really stepped into your type by waiting for the invite, taking this peaceful journey. Even your bio said it really well, having that inner shift so that you can look at the world, not waste the energy, and hold it for the things that really, really matter, that will bring you bliss. And then with a splenic authority, that's someone who intuitively knows the right choice without needing to over-explain it. You just know. And it seems like you're so aligned for that. And I remember talking with you about your personality profile too. As a 2/4, you've got this need for a lot of alone time, but that's balanced equally with this need to have a small social circle, that networker, if you will. You're a matchmaker, a networker. And that's actually one of the things that really stood out to me. I was just scrolling on Facebook one day and I saw, hey, I'm going to do this tea party. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know her. Jaimee, what are you doing? And I was like, how beautiful is it that you are creating this event to nourish and to really spring into the new year when it's the new year. I'm having tea parties. I can't wait to have everyone hear all about that too. But let's just start with you. Tell us who you are, how you got to this place, a little bit about the journey to Intuitive Wisdom Apothecary and how that manifested. Just anything you want to share. Just introduce us to you.
Yeah. So I'm an only child. That's the first thing that came to my mind when you said to introduce myself. And I think that me being the only child gave me no other option except for to imagine and to explore my inner world. I sat in my room a lot. I talked to myself in the mirror a lot. I just had a very large imagination. And I mean, I realized that that's how I create life. I realized that my inner world is a direct reflection of my outer world. Just grew up really happy, always been really connected to spirit. I've always been a dreamer. So I've always looked to my dreams for answers and just have moved along my journey according to my dreams. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And then not too long ago, during COVID, a lot of us were just dibbling and dabbling in a lot of different things. And I was intuitively led to work with some herbs. Mugwort was the first one that I experienced, and I was drinking it. You can smoke it. I was burning it like sage. And I realized that it was really awakening my inner world and helping me in my dream state. So I was able to do a lot of dream work back in 2020, even up until right now, using different herbs. And then I started adding different herbs. I added blue lotus. I started adding Damiana. There's just so many other things that you can, put into just making teas. That's pretty much just what I did, making teas. And I made my blue lotus tea. That was my first one. And I was like, this isn't just for me. This is something that the collective needs to be aware of as well, and see how Blue Lotus really helps you elevate your consciousness, helps you to expand your awareness. And that is pretty much the start of my business, was 2020, me playing in my kitchen with some flowers.
Oh.
And just recently, August was my first vendor event. Everything just kind of started falling into place in 2025. And I just have not stopped since August. And I've just been on a roll. My tea party, that was always in the back of my mind. And I just got the green light from spirit to just go for it. And here we are today.
I love it. I love that you're so intuitively led. It's beautiful, very splenic projector-esque too. Like I love that you're living design so clearly. It's an inspiration to us, and that's when we met, is at that vendor event in August.
Yes.
So magnetic, so drawn to you. I got a hold of some of that blue lotus tea, and I've been using that in with my like bath time. I do a full moon bath, like release, like clear away, and I usually have a cup of your tea with me when I do that. And I love that it's actually blue too.
I know, right? That makes it fun.
Yes, awesome. And you're speaking in this language. I think most of our listeners, they're spiritually curious. They know they have intuition. They know there's something more. Maybe they feel something more for themselves. My past is working with business people, and then I noticed that a lot of business people, they're like, I'm meant for more. And it's women, that I work with. It's like, I'm meant for more. There's more here for me. I need some balance in my life. And this was the same way. It's like, I got the green, like, okay, it's time. These people that are hustling and they need a little more feminine approach. They're ready to listen and hear your podcast, be it whether they're men or women listening. But when we were talking and planning for the tea party, which by the way, I'm so excited to get to be part of that and bring a little design to that event. It's April 12th. We're going to put all the information in the show notes. But when you shared it, I immediately had that generator, like, heck yes, I got to be part of that. And I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to go or if I'm supposed to speak there, but I'm going to be part of that. Like I knew it. And as I started seeing the comments on your thread, I'm like, yes, this is the perfect time for this. And when we discussed what was going to be part of that event, I thought, oh my gosh, this would be a really good conversation for people to get to sit in and listen on, because you've really got a different approach when it comes to how you're navigating your 2026. So talk to us a little bit about what that looks like for you.
Yeah, so the reason I'm having my tea party was to bring femininity back to women. We are always hustling and bustling. We're always overextending. Sometimes we forget to nurture ourselves. So I feel like 2026 needs to really focus on the feminine aspect. We need to protect it. I just keep getting that message of protecting the feminine energy. So that's why I'm having my tea party. And that's just how I plan on moving through 2026, is in flow, I plan on leading with my intuition, with my feelings, and just my inner knowing, and just going with the flow of my spirit. I'm not going to feel rushed next year. I'm not going to feel like I have to keep up with the rat race or feel like I'm being left behind or anything like that.
Yeah.
I know that we're still in the year of the snake, just right at the end of it, but the energies of the fire horse are like quickly approaching us. And I can kind of see it playing in my reality with other people. I can see that some people are just really fidgety and really on edge, and I can feel it. So I've put myself in a bubble. And when I was thinking about our conversation, I thought of Wicked when Glenda's in her little bubble.
Mm-hmm.
And she's amongst the chaos and she's protected and she has a better perspective on things and she can kind of slow down and just go at her own pace. And that's just how I plan to be, is in my bubble for 2026.
Yeah. What does it mean that we're in the year of the snake and that we're moving into this horse?
Yeah, just intuitively speaking, I mean, just hearing about it, snakes, they shed. So we did a lot of shedding in 2025.
Feel
A lot
that.
of, yeah, I mean, exactly. A lot of it, letting go of people, places, and things that are not in alignment with us, that we just cannot take with us in this next path.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit is like there's no tolerance for anything that's not in alignment with your internal resonance system.
Mm-hmm.
Things just will not stick. So that's the year of the snake, is just all about letting things fall off, letting it go. And once that last little piece of the snake tail tip, that skin falls off, I just see us like going right into the year of the fire horse. If you just hear the words fire horse,
Yeah.
it sounds so, horses are already powerful, but then you put the word fire in front of it, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I can feel the energy now. Like I feel like jittery a little bit just because it's so much.
Yeah.
And not to be overwhelmed by it, because it is an energy that can take you a long way for a long period of time. It just goes. And then when I think of the fire horse, I think of grace as well. I think of like that flow. And that's the wave that I plan to ride, is that flow. Not the chaotic part of it, but just the flow state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was thinking shedding your skin, like taking the weight, taking the heaviness off so that you can, gallop freely and
Yeah.
fast, right? Fires goes quickly. So get trailblazing. They
Mhm.
saying for a reason too. I feel that. Yeah.
It's really important to continue to shed what needs to be let go of, so
Mm-hmm. Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. What else is a little bit left over? I was
Yeah.
just this week contemplating that, working with my Reiki gals. Like, we still feel a little grief in here. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
I thought I let go of that. Of course, grief can cycle back through all again and again. And so what you're saying about femininity, just being gentle and letting it flow, I'm like, okay, well, let's get back in there. Let's clean it up a little bit. Let it
Mhm.
go a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Or also said the onion layer thing is always coming back up. Oh, just a little bit. Now we can go a little bit deeper.
Yeah, we can always go just a little bit deeper,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I plan on really tapping into the high priestess energy. Are you familiar with the high priestess?
Like in tarot, sure.
Yeah.
Tell us about it though.
Yeah, so the high priestess, she is, to me, I think she's one of the most connected archetypes to spirit. She really works in the background. If you think of a spirit guide, you can think of her as that. You can think of her as your higher self.
Mm.
She's the one that sees things. She reads the signs and synchronicities and gets the messages in that manner. She protects you. She just keeps you on your right path, the path that's going to lead you to expansion and exponential growth if you just tap into it. Like we're such intuitive beings. And if you just sit in silence and just quiet the mind, you can hear so many answers. So much comes through if you just take the time to sit down and sit in the stillness. And it can be uncomfortable sometimes, but when you sit in the silence, it allows things to just come up that you may not have been aware of as well.
Yeah.
So I plan on sitting in a lot of silence next year, or this year too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'd all be wise to just, reflect and integrate. So clearly, Jaimee, you've you've done some work. You've been on this journey for a little while, like getting into your intuition, learning tarot, starting a business takes a lot of self-trust and all of that. But
Right.
how did that journey come to be? Like, what were you like pre 2020, and how did you get drawn to that intuition and into the more spiritual realm and trusting your inner flow a little bit more? Like, what was that transition like for you?
Yeah, so
It's funny you asked that, because pre-2020, it's like, God, we were all such different people. It's like, who was I back then? Like, the veil was burned away in 2020. Like, you just turned into somebody, you could just see everything that you needed to change and transform within yourself. But before that, I was just out here in the world. I was partying, I was having fun. I was always my happy self. 2020 brought everybody into shadow work. I went through a tower moment. Normally, for most of us, it's heartbreak of some sort, which kind of makes it makes that inner world really awaken, and it makes you start digging deep to see, like, okay, when you go through a heartbreak, you have no choice but to lean into spirit, because there's nothing external that's going to fix that for you.
so I mean, that was the catalyst to my spiritual awakening.
And I'm glad it happened. I am. At the time, of course, I wasn't. I was like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But I'm so much happier after that.
Yeah.
So
Just like shedding of the snake skin, right? We didn't know it was baggage until it was gone, or the transformation that can take place. You just have to be grateful for it. So
yeah, and attachments.
Prior to 2020, I had a lot of attachments that I wasn't aware of. And attachments is a big cause to heartbreak.
That was
one thing, that was like the very first thing that I had to learn about. I didn't even realize what an attachment was and how detrimental it can be to your growth. You thinking that these external things, people, places, and things are a part of you, and they're not. They can't go along on your journey. So I had to let those go, and I just started growing, releasing attachments and growing, and then here I am.
yeah, it's that becoming your whole self and showing up authentically. If you can show up as a whole person authentically, then it's not about someone fulfilling some kind of need for you. It doesn't mean I don't want to be I don't want to have relationships. It's just I don't want to be tethered to someone else for who I am or my self-worth or where I'm going. Like, I am my own whole person, and that's valuable enough as I am. It's definitely a lesson that I've been learning myself. So
yeah.
So I definitely want to talk about the tea party a little bit more. What it is, what people would expect when they come. I know we have a lot of listeners that are in Missouri, so they could drive, or they might be local. Or there's plenty of time to plan, right?
I know, right? Yeah, you guys, please. It'll be worth the trip.
It's more than a tea party. It is an investment in yourself. All right. And just think about it as you're just setting time to sit with yourself and to build your feminine energy, and just to even cultivate the space for that. But I just wanted to create a spiritually nourishing springtime tea party. I think of Bridgerton. I live in fantasy world. I said my imagination is big inside, and I want to blend luxury, femininity, healing. A big focus on the healing, and then build community. There's just a lot of women that crave community. We don't get it. We don't know how to get it. We don't know which way to go. We don't know how to connect with people. So I want to create the space for women to be able to connect.
Yeah, I love it. So it's going to be we said Lake St. Louis. Is that right?
It's going to be here in
Lake St. Louis.
It's going to be April 12th at 2 p.m.
I'm going to have some guest speakers. Katie, of course, is going to be one of them. So I'll open it up with a releasing ceremony by fire. We'll just write some things down that we want to let go of, and then there's a fire pit, so we'll release that. Fire is such a powerful element used for transmutation and transformation. We'll have someone there speaking on plant medicine, mainly focusing on the psilocybin mushroom, and I'll give some experience on how that has helped me it's pushed me forward so far. So I'm so much that I got a tattoo of a mushroom like last week. Of course, Katie Rupert, she'll be there doing a human design on the day of the tea party, just to give the ladies some advice, just some information to go home with. I'll have a tea leaf reader just for some fun, lighthearted. If you've ever had a tea leaf reading, those are a lot of fun. And then I'll have a shaman. Her name is Stephanie Redfeather. She'll be there. She'll help us to close everything out. And she's a projector as well. So I'm going to ask her, like, what does she see for women in 2026? And then sound healing. Of course, that's one of the most important things, too. Sound healing. I'll have Stephanie Jones there. She's going to perform a cleansing ceremony for us, cleanse the mind, body, and soul so that we can receive everything that's meant to be received the day of the tea party.
Oh,
Well,
it's so exciting.
And of course, there'll be tea. We'll have a lunch hour.
and just some mingling. It'll be very lighthearted and fun. I want everyone to feel held and seen when they leave. I want them to feel loved. I want them to feel like they've empowered themselves to get in contact with their feminine energy.
Yeah. Very
Mhm.
internal, but also, like you said, the community, because what a beautiful setting to meet friends that are like-minded, that are seeking a fresh approach to navigating life in the world. And, like what human design offers people is, okay, what if it's not just one way to figure things out? What if we don't have to force ourselves to do what we don't want to do just because we said we would do it? What if we could take a softer approach and it could still have the same result or better, or something we
Mhm.
can't even anticipate yet? And I think it's such a lovely space to network and really, like you said, go inward and clean out things that are
Mhm.
holding us back even. And it'll be starting to be beautiful weather and stuff
Yeah, of
too, so
course.
it's so exciting. Yeah.
The
Oh,
springtime. Yeah, yeah. It's I
I
mean,
just can't believe how everything is just falling into place so effortlessly for me.
mhm.
You were actually one of the first people, you were the first person that asked about it or extended your invitation to me. You were like, I do human design if you're interested in that. And you gave me the idea of like, yeah, actually, I need to get a bunch of people going to help me with this. I want to feel like a guest at my event as well. I want to receive all the healing that's meant, that's going to be coming. So thank you, Katie. And thank you to everyone else that's a part of this, because it really does. It means a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Mhm.
that's fun. It just, like you said, it's meant to be, it falls into place as it's supposed to. I love divine timing. I
Mhm.
love that trust that you can have, that things do work out even when we can't see the way, we don't know the how, but we can trust that
Yeah,
it's it it's being figured out, with
yeah.
support. So, oh, I love that. So definitely limited seating. So
Mhm.
well, if you're listening and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to be part of that, just sign up for it. If you, it's most of you listening are generators. So if you're thinking, heck yes, I want to be part of that, just do it. Listen to your
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just go for it.
and yeah, I can't wait to be part of it and just see. I mean, it's going to be so much better than what you just shared, right? The experience itself is going to
Yeah.
be profound, and I just can't wait. I can feel how great it's going to be.
Yeah. Thank you. And it's funny because
I went to one venue and that was it. I didn't go to another venue. The lady that I was talking to, she has her own land and she has a barn that she's turned into a venue. It's absolutely beautiful. So she has weddings there, all kinds of events, just all kinds of stuff. And her daughter is in school learning like the science behind herbs. So they're like, oh my God, like I want to be a part of this. Like, where can I get my tickets? So they're actually going to be helping me make some of the teas. So
Fun.
it's just all falling into place. I'm excited.
Awesome. So speaking of your tea, how does someone get a hold of you and your creations? And I do love my Blue Lotus
Thanks.
tea.
That's one of my favorites as well. Blue Lotus tea.
tea, that was the first one that I came up with. It's a tea really meant to help you calm the mind, kind of untangle the inner or all those thoughts in your head and quiet the mental chatter. And if you're interested in your dreams, it's really meant for exploring your dream world. It can help induce lucid dreaming. It helps you to interact with them rather than just observing them. So you're more likely to go in and make some changes. You can recalibrate some things in the dream world. So, and you'll see that spill over into your everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Blue Lotus Crown Chakra Tea.
And you can find it on my website at shopwithwisdom.com. I'm local, so I can meet up as well, or shipping, or however you want to get it. I'm right here in Lake St. Louis.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Anything else about like things you have going on in your world? Was there anything that you just felt like, I hope that I get to share this, or you plan to share, or spirit led you to? I'd love for you just to share anything that remains that we haven't had a chance to chat.
Yeah, I mean, really
Tapping into the feminine energy. That's really the main thing I want everyone to get out of this conversation today, is to really look at, what does your feminine energy look like? All of the feminine energy is not soft. All of it's not elegant. The feminine has so many different aspects to it. There's a wild side of feminine energy. There's a strong side of feminine energy. There's a soft side. So I think it's important for us to individually get in touch with, what does it look like for me? And don't think that it has to look like the next ladies. Don't judge yourself. No comparison. Just feel free and feel comfortable with it, with what your femininity looks like.
How did this become something that you did personal work on, tapping into your feminine? Where did you first hear about it, and
Mm-hmm.
did you start figuring out, I'm doing it now, or
Yeah.
not feminine, that is, and what the heck does it mean? Like, how did you unwind that?
I think really just getting tired of being in my masculine energy. Really just getting tired. I look back and I'm like, God, I do so much. I'm overextending. I'm filling in the gaps where I shouldn't have to. Just getting tired and just surrendering. And then that led me to go on a couple retreats for the dark feminine energy out in Mexico. I met with some shamans and a bruja, and they really helped narrow down what my femininity looks like. They helped me to shed everything that I thought it was supposed to look like. And I just had to sit with myself, and I saw that, well, this is what it looks like for me. I'm quirky and I'm goofy and I'm silly, and that's feminine for me. I don't have to always sit with my legs crossed or be a lady or anything like that. Like, I can just be me, and just being me. Just being me has led me to my femininity. Just living in my authenticity. I found her.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes I'll explain just in that practical way, not saying feminine and masculine so much, but if you think of like the yin yang symbol, right? You've got
Mm-hmm.
the white and the black side. They make the symbol. You have to have both sides of it. So if the white side is that, like, let's go, let's get things done, let's push forward, and the black side is let's rest, let's balance, there's we just talked last week, there's no balance, but there is balancing. We're always trying to
Mm-hmm.
like let's cool it down, right? And just always looking for a little bit of balance. And so much of our world is that go go go. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, the breaking point in my quote unquote masculine energy is like a therapist or a coach asking me like, so what's going to happen if you don't meet that deadline though? And I was like, I'm gonna die. Like, I really, like, sincerely, like, I
Right?
was like, I don't think I can survive it. And it's ridiculous. When I said it out loud, it kind of caught my attention. I was like, okay. And then one year, my whole goal for the whole year was, I'm gonna learn how to sit on the couch and not feel like I should be doing something else. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I made it that year, but I have eventually I figured it out how
Yeah.
to like rest,
Mm-hmm.
rest that isn't sleep. So
Yes.
yeah, there's so many little practical ways that you can tap in. Although I like your way better. I want to go to retreats.
Yeah. I
With
mean,
shamans, that sounds fantastic.
it is so worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
It's an investment, again, in yourself.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing about that. It's a softer thing, being in your feminine, learning what that looks like. Who am I authentically? Is it okay for me to not look like everyone else? Like all of those things. It's a journey, right? You're not just going to be like, okay, snap, I'm feminine now. Or
Right.
don't want to be all feminine either, right? We still got to get stuff done and balance that a little bit too. But if you're not in touch with it, you're missing out on a big part of who you were meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And really, starting my business just this past 6 months or however long ago August was, that also helped me to develop more of my femininity, because as I grew my business, it took form of its own. And I saw like, oh, like I like pink things and I like pretty things and I like flowery things and I like girly things. And I put all of that into my business, and it was just a reflection of like how my femininity looks inside.
Mm,
So,
that.
you know, going with your passion, it'll always lead you down the right road, whether you're looking for femininity or just happiness or whatever it is. If you follow your heart, you'll be led right to what it is you're looking for.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you. I I also know that you've studied and used tarot for yourself, and that sometimes you get collective messages and sometimes share them on socials, or is that more of a past thing?
I haven't done it in a while. I think it's something that might be coming back. I think I just had to take time for myself. That was exhausting. And that was one thing I learned being a projector, was that I could not put out 3 videos a day every single day.
Right.
I exhausted myself. So
how did you learn tarot? Like, where did that come into your life?
that was that 2020 tower moment that I had.
Awesome.
Just scrolling on YouTube, when we have those tower moments or heartbreaks, we're looking for anything to soothe the pain. And so I listened to a lot of podcasts, and then boom, a tarot video popped up, and I'm like, oh, well, I had some oracle cards my aunt had got me for Christmas a couple years prior, but once I listened to tarot and that first message resonated like to the core, I was like, what is this? How did that happen? What? But it was really my spirit was calling for an answer, and I received it through tarot.
Wow.
So,
Awesome.
I mean, I have my cards. I look at my cards for myself. That's my messages come out just like so clear. It's crazy. So that's why I said I think it's the time where that's going to be coming back.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, so the last question I always ask people, since we have so many deeply talented, intuitive people come and share their gifts with us here, if you would just take a minute, maybe close your eyes, maybe just take a deep breath, right? Well, however long it takes, and just see if you do have a message. You could pull a tarot card. There might be something left unsaid that we didn't get a chance to talk through today that you just want to share, even if it doesn't like fit what we've been talking about, and just give us a few last words. And truly, it can be totally off the wall if you'd like.
Yeah, that's how it happens sometimes, but the message will resonate with who it's meant for. So, and with all the excitement, and I have a lot of energy conjured in me right now, you can probably tell, but I'm having a lot of fun again. So thank you. I'm going to choose to go to my deck, because this is when it's helpful the most, is when, I'm unable to just kind of pull that message out. So I'm going to look to my cards and see what spirit has. I'll pull 2 cards for the collective. Thank you. What is the message at the end of this beautiful podcast with Katie Rupert? What does the collective need to hear as we go into 2026? Thank you, Spirit. So we got the 9 of Swords, and this is feeling like, this kind of makes me think of that last residual energy of the snake. The 9 of Swords represents someone who's in their mind, someone who thinks that the worst has happened, someone who's just, they can't sleep, someone who's just having a really hard time in their mental world. So, and then we have the star next to it. This is about your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your wish fulfillment. So I think it's saying, and then I have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. I think that this is a message saying there's no need to worry about
your destiny or about where it is that you're going. With the star card, it says that you're connected to it and it's going to happen. It's inevitable. You're being pulled towards something. There's a force that's pulling you and you're pulling towards it too. And it's going to come together here in the 3D with this Emperor card. This is someone who has an empire, someone who has built something that's sustainable. It's someone who's not worried. This is someone who's confident. And it's okay if you are in the Nine of Swords right now, if you're feeling worried or if you're feeling stressed. And also with the star next to it, it's a girl. So I feel like leaning into your femininity, leaning into that feminine energy and just surrendering is going to it's going to alleviate whatever mental chatter is going on. All right. It's just like, it's done. The hardest part is done. And your future is already there. You just have to meet it halfway. And you're not going to meet it halfway living in this Nine of Swords. So just release yourself. You're the one in charge of what's going on in your mind. You can just be like, you know what, mind, stop it. We're done. And that's ultimately quantum leaping with the star card too, because this is something out of the world. It seems so far, but you can collapse timelines just by making the decision to just shift your mind. And it's doable. And I see that the collective is going to do it with the star and the emperor. So nothing to worry about.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. I claim that message, and I hope that anyone listening here just knows you can claim it too.
Yeah. Just flip
the switch in your mind. Just do that.
Yeah.
And no worries.
Yeah. And also I'm getting this thought, like, if you're not sure how to do that, like, get some support. Go find your community, go find your people, go find your group, go find your coach, your therapist, whatever. Like, go on the journey if you need to go on the journey, and let it take however long it's going to take.
Yeah. You don't have to do it alone.
There's so much support around you, even the unseen support with your spirit guides or whoever it is that you pray to. It's just all around you. All you have to do is surrender to it, lean into it, and it'll catch you.
Yes, always. Yes. Never failed me. Never failed me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Jaimee, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for the wisdom you bring, the intuition, really inspiring to see like where a journey can take you. And I cannot wait for April 12th. So I hope that those listening will sincerely consider it, maybe get one of those few seats. And is there anything else that you would like to share, or you feel like is left unsaid before we say goodbye?
No, I think that message was pretty
clear. And it's a message for me too, to get out of my own head. And I know things are already lined up. Spirit has things perfectly set up for all of us. So thank you, Katie.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. And for those of you listening, thanks for listening to the end of this episode. It means so much to me. We're rounding up on a year with Inspired by Design. It just blows my mind. And I am beyond grateful. I can't wait to see where it goes as we get on mount that horse and fire horse away into this new year and whatever that looks like and means. So thanks for listening. Make sure you join us on Facebook at the Inspired by Design with Katie Rupert Facebook group. It's free. It's a little community there. We have a conversation starter there each week. And you can also submit a question for the podcast, whether it be for Jaimee or for myself. And my commitment to you, at least at this point, is to answer those questions on future episodes. So you can find that form in the show notes as well. All right. Well, that's all for this week. We'll see you next Friday. And until then, have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Inspired by Design with Katie Rupert. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your takeaways, subscribe, or even leave a review to help others find the show. For more tools and insights, visit my free Facebook group. And until next time, keep embracing exactly who you are and move forward one inspired action at a time.